About a year or so ago, the Supreme Court proposed a law that would ban the selling of violent video games. Some people are convinced that violent video games are the cause of things such as murders and school shootings in children, but there's no concrete evidence to prove that video games cause them. It's the responsibility of a good parent or guardian to make sure their child grows up to be a good person in society. However, many parents aren't as involved in their child's life and will just let the child play the game as long as it keeps them quiet. By not taking measures to ensure that their child is mentally stable enough to distinguish the difference between virtuality and reality, there's the slimmest chance that their child could go crazy and go out and kill some people. What I mean by that is, you're blaming something so common, playing video games, on something so rare, severely violent, murderous children. It's not the video games that cause children to be violent. Children who are violent are attracted to violent things, such as video games. In this regard, violent video games don't do much more harm than violent movies or TV shows, basically all of their media.
And what we find with video games is the effect size is about 0.17. So it's very small. It is positive. It's going in the positive direction, so there is an effect. But it's not as if it's a child's picking up a game and instantly they're becoming, psychotic. It's a very small effect. It's a consistent effect, but small. And more recent research actually suggests from our lab and other labs is that this effect is really only consistent in certain types of individuals, specifically individuals with predispositions before they ever played the video game.
If one allows a pixelated image on a computer screen to dictate their influence or their behavior, they're mentally unstable and are not only a danger to themselves but to society. Try to think of it like this. If a kid has a candy bar and his friend wants part of it, the kid refuses and his friend kills him for it. Do we blame the candy bar and say that the candy bar made the kid do it? People blame violent video games for society's problems out of ignorance. In fact, most people that are against violent video games have never even played them. They just go along with what other people tell them and blindly follow the crowd. It's human nature to want to blame things for problems in society. In the 50s, people blamed comic books. In the 60s, people blamed rock music. Now people blame video games. That was loud.
If you're in a game where you're approaching the world over the barrel of a weapon, and your job is to kill them before they kill you, you will get better at that. Popular video games, even among very young kids, are the ones that reward you for doing violence against others. And when you think of the fact that people sat in front of a flight simulator and learned to fly planes well enough to bring the World Trade Towers to the ground, and we're putting our kids for fun in front of essentially killing simulators, where are we going with that?
That we in the legal profession let the rhetoric perhaps overcome some good judgment and common sense.
Yeah, clearly, when children are exposed to affects their behavior. If that was not the case, then television and video games and even parenting itself in school would have no impact. The fact is it does. And so the issues here are not, it seems to me, the impact of games or the ratings, but perhaps ease of purchase and the ease by which children can break any sort of system that is set up there, whether the ratings are themselves, and sometimes we've heard in previous testimony they are false,